Hello, and welcome back to 16 Candlekeeps, the place where the ages pass their death saves, now at level 4. For those that haven't been keeping track, they leveled up at the end of last episode. I don't know if we said it on the recording anymore. It's been 2 weeks since that episode. You'll know. Hello, welcome back. Yes, welcome to September. Anyone who has on the scorecards that the world was going to start crumbling around September, please mark off on your scorecards. But for those that aren't of the English monarchy, it's a normal September for you. Anyway, just acknowledging both sides of the coin because the internet has been rife with both opinions. Whilst I remember, quick thing I just want to shout out.
Very horrid place.
Yes, that's why we're trying to put a little bit of joy back in there by bringing you this fortnightly episode. Whilst I remember, a quick shout out that I want to do to be a bit cheeky of self-plug, but St. James Files is coming up to the end of its current largest scenario or campaign it's ever done. We hit book 5 of 7 of our Revelations a couple of weeks ago now, and for those that have been following that, thank you for joining us. If you do want to check out something a little less structured and a little more chaotic and also less D&D, go back over there and check that out. That's at St. James Files. Everywhere you look, St. James Files. It's Call of Cthulhu stuff, so if you're into D&D, probably don't want to see it. There's a massive rivalry every time I hear a Call of Cthulhu podcast going, oh, and D&D bits. D&D. Anyway.
It could be fine. Yeah, it could be worse. It could be Pathfinder.
It could be.
It could.
Or dare
Moving
I say
on.
it, the Fate system.
And it was my entry into this.
And that
I'm so
explains
sorry
much.
for you.
Anyway, right, let's remind ourselves what happened last time before I insult any people. You know who won't be insulted? The people that go down to the little bit at the bottom, like us, subscribe, and ring the little bell for notifications. You won't be insulted. You get like a special little badge. It's invisible, but you can see it. It's on your little lapel, and it says, I'm a great person. Anyway, if you want that badge, come down.
If you interact with our Facebook enough, then you actually get like top commenter and top fan statuses on there, and I'm pretty sure AJ has all of them.
I was going to say, if you can knock off the reigning champion AJ Clark, you get a second badge. It's a bullseye, and there's a target for where AJ will chase you. Anyway, right, reminding ourselves what happened last time. Our new fun party of fighters and bards went off to look into the Vanthampur villa, which is essentially the hideaway of one of the 4 lords or dukes of not Waterdeep, excuse me, the 4 dukes of Baldur's Gate. I believe it kind of harkens to it a little bit in the book, but she's essentially the trades, the Duke of import and export for, I think it's fabrics, and also was in charge of the sewer systems. Fascinating background for the bad guys for you. That's why they sound like they're full of something. Anyway, the group have headed down and expertly entered the upper floors, where they were then unfortunately revealed by opening a door to the guards of the upper floor. Izzdril very deftly removing one of the higher ups in the rankings, and then the rest of them going, we're done, not paid enough for this, and left. You were told that there is a stairwell down into the dungeon where the boss is. And you were also told that one of the doors was into the room of the son Frustwell, who is the youngest of the Vanthampurs. I believe we finished with Tresora trying to go up to the door and to charm the son into helping, but was introduced to the knowledge that Thalamra is apparently a bit of a a bit of a bitch when it comes to her family.
It was not helpful.
Oh. He explained when you asked would you be able to help us go see his mother, he said that she would rather him die first.
Yes.
And that's great. Where we left off.
Yeah. The actual last line said was shit. Yes. I've actually written it down, and it was me.
Cause that was it, because you heard him lock the door.
Yeah.
Yes. So you guys were told that there is a stairwell down. So you're on the first floor. You are currently on this balcony with multiple doors around the south of the balcony, 2 doors on the northern side, and you've just come out of a door on the east, which is just around the balcony itself. The stairwell down to the ground floor. I'm going to pull up my map to make sure I'm talking things. What would you guys like to do?
So I guess it's that whole situation, isn't it? I mean, do we want to do what we always do? I'm talking to the other players in my team here. Do we do what we always do and just go straight to the end game?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we do some digging?
Break down the door and force him.
I mean, I don't think he's going to give us much.
No, I don't think he is.
That wasn't what I was expecting you to say.
I'm willing to go in there and kill him if you need me to.
We've already got the reputation on TikTok of being murder hobos. Let's not continue.
But,
maybe we should try this to be good.
All I'm saying is, if we want to get some favor with this woman and we kill her son, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
How do we know he's not just
That's not a bad argument.
Does she really want
I really want it to be like fling his head into the room if we do.
I mean...
That would be an entrance.
That seems a bit far.
But if we're going to kill him, we might as well do it in style. So let's behead him, throw his head into the room, and then be like, bam, we're here. And this is why we're playing siblings.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just into the zone, into character a moment. So clearly that went well.
Yeah. Yeah. Could have gone better.
Do you know if... This is true. Do you know if what he's saying is true? Is there any love lost between this family? Is it worth trying to press him for more information, more assistance?
I always assumed that when he said his mother would rather him die than help, he was just being over dramatic. Did she really want him to die? Did she really want him to die?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door?
Yeah, I'd like to roll a history check.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, let's roll a history check, please.
Izzdril knocks on the door. You hear, "What do you fucking want? I've told you she'll kill me."
Out of curiosity, do you want to remain alive?
Well, I have protections. I guess I will do as I can.
Interesting. I'm waiting to see what the result of that history check is a minute.
23.
Pardon?
History check was 23.
23. Sorry, I just said the 3. It was like, was it really bad or was it really good? Anyway,
it was pretty good.
So you know that on the occasions that the two that are seen out in the in public Mortlock and Amric have been out with her, there is essentially that kind of like stiff upper lip, doesn't really show any kind of emotion towards her children. They are very much, when there has been problems, because Amric is a famed money launderer, or infamous if you will, she has never batted an eyelid or got him out of prison. She has actively ostracized him for his misbehavior and bringing shame to her name. But there's never any kind of like, you've never heard of her having a soft moment for her children.
Right. You say she's been seen out with the other two. Has she ever been seen out with Thrustwell?
No. So we mentioned this last time. The third son, Thrustwell, is known to be quite sickly in his demeanour. So he is always kept at the villa. He's apparently her kind of like, she uses his intellect to her advantage, but also basically keeps him locked up in his room for his safety, is the words that she has said before.
Interesting.
Quick question.
Yeah.
What race did you say they were again?
Human.
Mm-hmm.
Goes that
Okay.
theory.
Another question for you, and I swear we will leave you alone soon, one way or another. Would you want to be free of your mother?
I will never be free of my mother. Her ghost will haunt me if you kill her. She is not someone who just goes quietly into that dark night. At this point you hear the door unlocking, and the door opens. And on the other side of the door, you see essentially a jail gate. There are a gate up just behind the door itself with the bars so you can see through. There's a lock, and you can see into this room, which looks like a typical bedroom. There are books and parchment everywhere, and scribbling on the walls. There are bars on the window that is opposite the other side of the room. And you see, let me just pull up my picture of him to make sure I'm describing him perfectly. So you see a very kind of slender, quite somewhat gangly, thin man. Looks like he's taken a curtain and thrown over himself in like a makeshift robe/cloak. He's got long, lank hair hanging down a very kind of haggard and tired face, and he is currently holding a golden box. It looks to be about the size of real world things that would be that size. It's smaller than a GameCube, but bigger than a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, thanks.
It's kind of, tell you what, it'd probably be that. You know, the kind of like more cube-sized tissue boxes that you get.
Yes.
Kind of that size. So it's big enough to be in your hand and takes a bit of holding, but also it's not so big that it needs both hands to hold it. Also, another reference, just because we're here, if you've seen Hellraiser, think...
Kind of what I was thinking.
I mean, that's the drawing of the box in here, actually. I just didn't want to bring that up so early in the day.
What's in the box, Roswell?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Have you heard of the bard Gwyneth Paltrow?
Goop. Yes.
It's not a spoiler technically because it's been years. If you ask him what's in the box,
I'm actually asking him what's in the box.
He says, I have no idea. My mother and her guest gave it to me to try work out how to open it.
Her guest?
Yes. What was his name? Pudgy man, quite balding, looked sort of formal with his... Fabius Krieg, High Seeker Fabius Krieg, was here with Mother, and he's brought this box along and has asked me try open it. I have tried all sorts of spells and riddles with it, and I can't seem to work it out.
Can we just bash it open?
Are you a barbarian, madam?
Oh.
Sorry, you're a gentleman, excuse me. Sir.
Oh. I can be a barbarian.
If you level up into barbarian. No.
Level up to barbarian. No reminder.
he actively rolls his eyes at you as you say, have you tried bashing it open?
I'm noticing the jail cells here. Are you a prisoner in your own room?
Mother doesn't like it if I go outside because Mother then loses her wit.
Magical or mechanical?
Looking at it, it looks like there is kind of two locks to it where one of it links to the door itself. There's like an active bar that sits, which you would imagine once the actual bedroom door is closed, lines up with the lock of the actual door, and the one next to it is kind of like this more. It looks like an artificer's kind of like first project. It looks to have mechanical and arcane elements to that one. The other one just looks like a simple lock that has had an extender added to it.
Cool. I'm going to try and pick it.
Lovely. Make it'll be a dexterity check, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have proficiency with that sort of thing, you can.
14.
14. It is a simple lock on the mechanical side of things. You get the sense that there are essentially weighted mechanisms within that will rise and fall in a simple lock mechanism. But then as you start to play around, you hear sparks. You manage to just as you're getting to the last one, and it feels like it's building up a charge of something. You manage to unlock the mechanism before it discharges, and the gate gently kind of like sways as it is now away from its lock.
Lovely. Whether you want to help us or not, this evening your house will be besieged.
I have little I can do to help you. You are welcome to this. There was we had a short man come in a while ago, not Fabius, who had a similar conversation. He was looking for this, actually, and I told him I didn't have it because he seemed dull enough to believe me. But he also went downstairs. He called himself Pete.
Pete, just Pete.
Yes, he was jovial and quite amiable as a person, but I believe that was him trying to butter me up to get the same things that you lot are getting. And if I'm honest with you, I just want to go to bed or find a bed that won't be besieged in the next few hours.
Yes, I would recommend that you do leave. We will take this. It may help too.
Yes.
Keep her imprisoned if it can be used as some kind of evidence. That way, at least, her spirit won't be able to haunt you.
Perfect. I will tell you, just if you are starting to look into the areas of the house itself, and he kind of pokes his head out and looks up and down the corridor, seeing the doorway that you would have come from. He goes, "So you've been near my mother's chambers. Don't go into her office, which is the northern room in there. There is a suit of armor that will attack you. It's quite the thing. Downstairs you will you will find a stairwell down into the dungeon layers of our villa. Mother likes to frequent, and at this point I need to double check my map. She likes to frequent the the treasury a lot of the time, which you'll need to go with the stairwell down into the dungeons. You will come into a large storage room, take the door to your right, and then follow the corridor or the sewer system around to your left. Follow it all the way around to the furthest point, and the door on your right will be the treasury. If she's not there, she's probably praying in the main chapel she has created, which is the double doors on that same length of sewer.
Thank you.
To whom does she pray?
She prays to Izzdril. It is at this point that I will use a limited information for our two drow friends. You know who Izzdril is. It's one of the archdemons of Avernus. For our viewers, that lady. I love how they always put certain characters on the things, and you're like, that looks badass. Wait, what do you mean that's the bad guy? Nope. Anyway, she, specifically for Jayquo, being a bard and also a local of the area, you would know the following bits of history of the area. Izzdril was once an angel who guided a group of paladins and fighters that were given the name the Hell Riders into Avernus to try kill all the devils. She failed and was converted to the right hand of Asmodeus in punishment for her insubordination, and has been essentially used as a larger pawn in Asmodeus's dealings from there on. You know that those in the south would see Izzdril as a personal slight more than just a simple devil or an archdemon. She is kind of a personal thorn in the side of everyone who lives down here.
Okay.
So,
I will share this information with everyone.
If you wish to remain undetected on your exit, by all means, take the route which we came in, just down that room there. Through the window, you'll find a rope that you'll be able to traverse to get out.
I think I may take downstairs, just because I'd like to go into some rooms and take some personal trinkets. But thank you all the same.
Welcome.
I will be honest with you. You are heavily outnumbering me, and also I am not as... I have simple spells that I could use to defend myself, so I will be open and honest with you here. I have no ill will against you as I step out the room. I wish you give me the same courtesy as you are in my house. Deal?
By me.
Deal.
And he gingerly steps out of the room and starts to take the left down towards the stairwell down to the ground floor.
We want to see this eat.
Uh-oh. I see.
No. I'm
This is the
It's
Hawkeye
fine.
versus Ronin thing, where when he pulls the... That's Ronin, takes that down as Hawkeye. Anyway, Liam is not trying to do all of the Marvel characters this campaign. He just is being bullied by
not
me.
at all. I would like to just try and listen out to see if he's attempting to alert anyone.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I would go and make a perception check, just so you can see if you hear anything down the stairs.
The highest number on that, so that is a 22.
You hear the sounds of doors opening, gentle tinkling of like metals against metals as he sounds to be picking things up. And then you hear the sound of another door, which you would there's a weird thing where a front door of a building always seems to have a different sound to any other door in the building. Maybe it's just that it lets in outside sound. Maybe it's just they're slightly sturdier because they're designed to be more of a defense, if you will. But you hear the sound of a front door opening and closing, and no other sound. The probably the only other thing you would have heard was you would hear him saying, "It's been an experience to someone downstairs," and then shortly after that, if you don't go downstairs, you will hear two other footsteps leaving for the same door.
I think we'll wait a little bit.
That's fine. Just
if he was about to alert anyone, I was about to drop his ass.
No, that's cool. Essentially, there are two. There's a butler and a maid that are downstairs that will have bumped into him as he's walking around, and will have. They are in the books. They are written as essentially there out of necessity, not out of want. So seeing him leaving with trinkets will probably follow with them doing the same thing.
Cool.
Yep. No worries. We want.
I take it. Are we just heading straight for the dungeon, guys?
Probably. That's what we do, isn't it?
Well, you've been.
I don't want to take hits from an animated suit of armor. That doesn't sound fun.
No, I don't.
It sounds awesome, but also a great way to die. So very happy to avoid it. Just go.
All I've got is piercing. It's probably not going to be great.
Who took the box, by the way? Who?
You take it.
I think I would have been handed it. I mean,
yeah.
I'd probably pass it over to Triss.
That's fine. Just if anyone who's carrying it, make a note that you have. I believe the exact name of it is
the Box of Death.
We'll call it the Puzzle Box for now.
Okay, cool.
That's such a vague name. This is definitely a Box of Death.
Could I ask you, actually, whilst you've now got it in your hands, what languages you speak? 1 second, Holder.
Me?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Common, Elvish, and Giant.
Looking over it, there are runes in it that you start to recognise kind of the flavour to it, but you're not sure which. It's not one that you are familiar with it in terms of you've seen it, but you've not studied it to the point that you would be able to read it immediately. I'll give you the fact that it looks to have infernal markings over the side of it. So it's now given its full name, the Infernal Puzzle Box.
Infernal Puzzle Box.
Would have been a sensible thing to have taken Infernal.
Yeah, I would. I took Draconic. Why did I take Draconic?
Always take Draconic.
Always. Playing Tieflings or
No.
My last character had Infernal.
Yeah. I remember those days. Those days where I had a...
guys? 2 episodes ago.
Higher intelligence score, so many more languages. Oh, best time of my life.
Now look.
Now I'm gonna just shoot everyone and just, let's wrap this thing up.
I've got places to be. This campaign's going to take a while. Lovely.
Let's just take the puzzle box that nobody can read.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be no issue at all.
Not at all.
If anyone has seen Princess Diaries, it's literally one of those moments where she's been past that really expensive, like, silver jewelry box, and she just shoves it in her backpack and, like, shakes it around. Oh no, I'm Van Gogh now. Yeah.
Yes.
That's literally what Triss will have done. She'll have ungracefully shoved it in her bag and taken it about.
Oh god. Oh no.
Shall we descend into the dungeon?
Oh,
yeah, sure.
I was going to say it.
No, we're gonna. I'm waiting on that, and that's why I'll be Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Anyway,
Oh, God.
I'm going to get rid of the villa. You're not needed anymore. Bye-bye.
Hi, Villa. We're going into the dungeon.
Yep, say goodbye to the villa. It's time for Casa Amor. It's a reference for like 3 of you.
Done. Oh, done.
Right, okay, cool. Moving on. Right, so you will come downstairs, and just to the right of you, you have you have a door that looks essentially like a cupboard under the stairs. As you open it, however, you see there is a further stairwell down, as you were promised, that leads down to the dungeon area.
Okay, so not just a small child there with glasses living under the... No, cool.
With little model soldiers.
Yeah.
There's just on the inside, there is a sign that says, "Installing wizard here." Don't sue us, Bill Gates. I know that you own the installing wizard. Anyway, so you
downstairs.
You come downstairs. You come into a large room full of crates. It looks to be about 40 feet by 40 feet squared. There is a door directly opposite you. And a door just to your right as you come down the stairs in the bottom right corner of the room itself. In the centre of the room, there are a couple of pillars that hold for support, holding up the ceiling of the room. But in the centre of the room, there are a couple of boxes, and around the walls themselves are stacks of crates and barrels that you assume would be, without further investigation, would be essentially your stock for like the kitchens and stuff.
Oh no, I wanna see what's here.
Thank you for stepping into my cupboard trap. Yes, Jade?
Me.
Oh, you would also like to look as well.
I don't volunteer as tribute though.
You've already volunteered.
He can be.
Can you both make investigation checks? And whereabouts would you be looking? Would you be looking at the ones around the room, or would you be looking at the ones in the centre?
I'll probably go for the ones in...
around the edge.
I'm going for the ones in the centre, so that works out. Let me know if you find anything flammable, because that's all I want.
Is rubbish.
What is it with these low intelligence characters? 16.
16 and 6. Lovely. You're looking for something flammable other than the woods that make these crates. For Tresura, you're looking around, and essentially in these barrels are like salted beef, there's fish, there are some boxes which seem to have like old cloves and stuff like that in them. So they could probably be used for your flammable stuff, but you don't find anything too important as you're looking around. For our lovely arcane archer, you step over to the pile in the middle, and you are investigating quite high, so I'll give you that you're not surprised by the fact that one of the boxes seems to be just jiggling gently as you get closer towards the pile, and then as you accidentally, you're not really looking at what's on the floor, but your foot kind of pushes a stone into the gravel below and makes a sound of someone stepping forward. 3 of the boxes will explode, but not in the explosion that you're expecting. They just kind of like explode as something bursts out of them. As 3 kind of fairly 4 foot from top of its head to down to its scaled toes, looming wings and a swiping tail come out, and a spear that's been held obviously diagonally in the box comes up as 3 spined devils explode in excitement and roaring in the middle of the room.
I think they may know we're here.
Lovely. Right, so I think I need to draw a little map, and then I need to get you to roll initiative. So let's do that.
Okay.
We're coming over here.
He thought we wouldn't be stupid enough to deal with this encounter.
He was wrong.
I do not question anyone's intelligence or wisdom. I only question their charisma. Let's.
Well, I mean, I've got a +1 intelligence, +0 wisdom, and a +1 charisma.
Let's pop this on the stone map for you guys looking at home. Let's move over on the thing. So we've got that there. Lovely. We have your tiles this time rather than not using them at all. Let's zoom in a bit. Let's have a look how you look over here. Yeah, that's fairly good. So we're in a 40 by 40 room.
Please tell me that we have been asked to roll initiative and that I haven't just rolled prematurely.
You have.
Cool. Fine.
Did you just roll a really good roll?
20,
Yeah.
30, 40. 10,
Good. What did you get, Liam?
I've got 25 on my initiative.
Crap.
Nice.
I got 18.
God damn, guys. God damn. So stairwells, that's badly coloured. Let's put white. That should work. There you go. That's it. That's the stairwell there. There is a door here, and there is a door it'd be about there. There we go. So let's say that we have Trezora was looking around the edges. So we'll pop you over here. Where I reckon you would be, Jayquo?
Just come through the door. Not really ventured too far into the room.
If I keep you at the bottom of the stairwell for now.
Yeah, that's good to me.
And then we will pop our lovelies in the middle. Swing. Oh, that's massive. They're not that big.
That's what we need. We need the ranged guy up front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, they're not. That's fine.
Don't worry, they're just loading in large, and then they get made into the medium size.
Yeah. That's
lovely.
That's good.
So I
They're tiny.
I overheard you all. You said it was 23 for Izzdril?
I had 25.
Sorry. We had Trezora was, please remind me, 22. I don't know if she's filming up or. Yep, lovely. And for Jayquo,
18.
18, lovely. Lovely. Right. I had fun with the 8-bit battle music last time, so 8-bit battle music again!
Yeah! Boop!
Anyway, lovely. So, we will be starting the top of the round with Izzdril. You have just seen this pile of boxes in the centre of the room exploding in splinters. You, luckily being someone who is armoured to the teeth as it is, have no issue with the splinters that fly across you. However, you now have looming in front of you these three kind of like hovering creatures, purple skin, no eyes that you can see, I don't believe. Or if they are, they're kind of like camouflaged in with the purple skin. They have kind of like a spiny kind of back with two wings jutting out of them and a tail that seems to be slashing across the dirt of the ground, and they're holding spears in their hands. What would you like to do?
Okay, so obviously I am way too close. Let me check to see what my new stuff gives me. I think it's not that feat. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get the heck out of dodge. So, let's start with I'm going to disengage.
Yep.
So that I can move back.
Yep. We're going back 5, 10 feet to get you to the wall.
Yep.
Lovely.
Then I'm going to action surge.
Excellent.
Could you do me a favor? Sorry to be that person with the movement. Can you move me just up 5?
Up 5 squares, sorry, 5 feet.
Just up 5 feet.
That's it.
Lovely. And then We are going to shoot. Now is not the time, D&D Beyond, to be doing this to me. Come on. I know the plan. You know the plan. The plan is... I think it's part of the attack action. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to fire piercing arrow.
Fire piercing arrow, lovely.
So it creates a line 1 foot wide and 30 feet long.
Yep.
And each creature in that line. Yeah.
Don't worry, you're
each
just
creature
out of it.
In that line, that's what I was hoping for. Must make a dex saving throw. On a failure, then it takes damage.
Lovely. Just for the sake of saying it, Trezora, you are 35 feet, so don't worry.
I know, I counted.
That's cool. That's a natural 20 on one and plus dex, so a 13 on the other.
Okay, well, they're going to both succeed, so they will... They will be taking damage still. I mean, I've rolled... I should probably roll the attack side of things as well. So that is an insane number for the first one. Which is 19 plus whatever my bonuses are. Yeah, so 28 on the first one.
Lovely. 20 on the first one, and...
That's just the... to hit.
Oh, sorry, yes, that will hit.
And then 19 on the second.
That will also hit.
Cool. So they will be taking half of... Oh, I mean, that was terrible. I'm really glad that I spent that. Half of 10, so 5.
5, lovely. And may I ask, does this count as a magical weapon attack? Or...
Yes.
Lovely. Just in case that doesn't give it away. Yes. So they will take the full 5 damage. Lovely. So you take your moment, not in an arrow. You focus your energies into it. You do your usual trick of surging the piercing shot into it, and then they both kind of like just swing to one side, and you know you're not going to hit your sister, but there's a brief moment in your head where you have a second doubt where as you let loose, you kind of knock your wrist, so it will scratch against them and then hit just to the side of your sister should it go anywhere near her. Lovely. Anything else for you?
That's me tapped out.
Lovely. That will bring us to Trezora.
A whip.
A whip.
The one that's closest.
Lovely. I think you need to step in closer to do it. Is it 10-foot reach on the whip? Or 15?
Yeah. 10.
10, yeah, so you'd need to step forward at least one to get in range with the closest one to you. But you step forward, taking your whip, and lash out. Roll for attack.
$19.
19 will hit.
Cool. So that's going to be 9 whipping damage.
I believe it's slash.
Slashing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And your whip is not magical, just double checking.
Not magical.
Lovely. Thank you. Sorry.
What I will do is invoke my fire rune. No.
Yeah. What does that do?
which summons fiery shackles, and then a target takes an extra 2d6 of fire damage, but it must succeed a strength saving throw as well, or be restrained for a minute.
Lovely. So I'm assuming you're doing that on the one that you just whipped.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
And that's 11 fire damage.
Okay,
and then I need a strength save.
That is on the strength save. That is a 9.
It does not save, so it is restrained for a minute.
Okay, it is restrained, but it does not take fire damage. You see that the creature, you invoke your rune. You see the fiery kind of like shackles kind of appearing out of midair and wrapping around the creature, holding it in place. However, it looks nonplussed by the fires that are burning into its skin. Lovely. Anything else for you?
No, that's all.
Lovely. That will bring us to that spined devil, which is restrained. So, I can't remember which one restrained is. Restrained means it can't move, if I remember rightly. Restrained 5e. Restrained creature becomes 0 speed, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The attack creature's rolls the creature does have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saves. Lovely. So that will be what we'll have doing here. Spine Devil will throw. Yeah, that. So it turns in air around to face yourself, Trezora, and will flick its tail up from the ground in 2 motions. We'll roll to see. That's not going to hit. That's a 3 + 4, so 7 on the first one. Nope. And second one is a 9 on attack. No, 10, sorry. Nope, lovely. So it flicks its tail in a quick kind of double swipe, and you watch as 2 spiny kind of like tendrils off the bottom of it snap off and flit towards you like arrows that slam into the wood behind you in the barrels, and you hear like the gentle trickling of water as it starts to seep down the sides of these 2 barrels, but nothing else it can do. That will bring us to Jayquo.
I'd like to throw a dagger at that one closest to me.
Lovely.
He's aiming for its eye, if I can.
Yep, roll for attack. It will get a bit more of an AC because you are calling a shot.
Yep, 23.
23, it doesn't matter what AC it has, yes, you hit.
So it does 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing, and your dagger is not magical.
Oh.
Lovely, thank you. So, yep, you definitely pulling a dagger from its kind of sheath, pull and throw it underarmed up towards the creature. It slams into it where you imagine its eye would be, as you can't see if it does have any. As I say, the face looks like one kind of like just large mound of flesh, rather than it being actual like obvious eye areas. But you do see it kind of shrieks with pain as it slams into the eye, and is very miffed. Anything else for you?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'd like to give Bardic Inspiration to Izzdril.
Yeah.
So you gain an Inspiration die, which is 1d6. For 10 minutes, you can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. This can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Very welcome.
How do you inspire Izzdril? If you don't mind me bullying you, I'm not going to make you sing or anything, but how would Jayquo start offering out inspiration in this moment?
Literally shouts, "Inspiration, go," and then points at somebody. Inspiration, go! And it...
Inspiration, I choose you!
I choose you!
Lovely.
Why not? We'll go with I choose you. And it yeah.
So that brings us into Spine Devil number 3, please, I believe. So that's one that was opposite the words Izzdril. Excuse me.
Yes.
That one is going to do a similar thing. It's going to move up the room. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, it'll probably fly right up in an annoying way, actually. I was going to say it's going to fly right up next to you, Izzdril, seeing that you are holding a bow, and is going to just pull up the stats for this again. Excuse me, as my phone seems to be pausing. There we go. Lovely. It's going to do... it's going to bring down one attack with its kind of like spear-like thing, and you can see now that actually part of its spines have actually grown up the side of the spear and into like a trident style. Kind of
that's
apparatus.
Cool.
But
it's gross, but it's cool.
That is going to be attack with that. Will be +2, so 18 to hit for you, Izzdril.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Lovely. So on that one, you will take 1 piercing damage.
Fantastic.
Hey!
Yeah, and then it's also so it swings down with this trident-like apparatus, slams into you. Your armor taking the brunt of the damage, but you can feel like the piercing just coming through in areas. And then pulls it back, looks a bit kind of like upset with itself, and then will lunge forward trying to bite you.
Oh, nice.
And that will be a 13.
That will be a miss.
So it kind of haphazardly kind of like lunges forwards, one of its wings catching against the wall, and it kind of like pulls itself into kind of like breaking its face against the wall and past your shoulder, and then coming back. And it's just, you kind of see the purple kind of turns a little bit red around the cheek areas. That brings us to Spine Devil number 1, please, who is the one that just got attacked by Jayquo.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Jayquo. This one is
I have another character ready.
That one's going to come down 5, 10, 15 against the wall here, and it's going to flick twice with its tail at you.
Very
sassy. It whips
sassy.
its tail back and forth.
It does indeed whip its tail back and forth. Or, for our 80s references, it whips it good.
Yes.
So 2 attacks against you, a 14 and a 19 to hit. Do we?
The first one doesn't, but the second one does.
Lovely. So the first one slams into the stairwell behind you. The second one hitting you in
missed
in the quad.
I did not miss.
So you take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And 1 fire damage.
Ooh.
As it slams into you, and this kind of like purplish kind of like spine slams into your leg, and then bursts into flames, and then kind of drops in ashes to the ground in front of you. That is its turn. That'll bring us back to the top of the round with Izzdril.
Lovely. Well, this is going to be fun. So, I am going to be making a ranged attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
Not only that, I am going to be taking a -5 to that because I'm doing it as a sharpshooter shot.
Yeah!
That's how much I believe in my abilities here.
Believe it.
Yeah! We believe you.
Okay, it might not be too bad if we do the inspiration roll onto that. That is a 7 + 9 for the lowest. So that is a 16 on the lowest one.
Lovely. That is going to hit.
Used all of the things. So that is going to be, and this will not be magical, 1d8. 6 + 5, 11 + 10 from sharpshooter is 21, so rounds down.
To 10. Lovely.
And piercing damage.
I mean, it does
Enjoy.
It does a fair chunk of as you take your arrow, you just pull it back. You hear the kind of like the whine of the bow as you're pulling it as far back as possible to get as much momentum on it. It slams into the creature's wing as it rakes open like this kind of tear, passing through its wing and then going through to the wood behind it, but not pinning it in place. It screeches with pain, but is still floating. Although kind of like beating that wing a little bit faster than the other one now to remain staying in place. Anything else for you?
Nope, that's all I've got.
Lovely. That will bring us back to Tresora.
Cool. I want to clarify something quickly because I'm stupid and dumb.
You're not stupid or dumb.
I have 2 weapon fighting as my thing. Does that mean I can make 2 different attacks, or is that technically still 2 actions?
So it's
the second one's a bonus action.
Yeah. So essentially, 2 weapon fighting, if I remember this rightly, is essentially when you do, if you've got 2 weapons in hand which have the light feature, so you can use both of them as an attack. It's a bonus action to do the second hand. But 2 weapon fighting allows you to add your modifier to the second weapon as well, because on an offhand attack, you would just do the dice roll without any modifier. But 2 weapon adds the modifier as well. If that makes sense?
I thought you didn't, because I've been looking this up because I've got it too.
Right.
It depends on which version of 2 weapon fighting.
If you have the feat or whether you have just the standard ability that everyone gets.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the standard bonus action nonsense.
I believe it's that. It's been a while since I've used to fight it. I can quickly double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weapon fighting.
Modifier to the damage of the attack bonus unless that modifier is negative.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So, do not add the modifier you're making the attack roll with to damage from the offhand weapon attack. Why though?
Because it's only your bonus.
Yeah, it's you're using the inertia to swing through a second weapon. You're not actively putting your force into that one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll definitely do that. So I'm going to. Oh, I've got to do this the right way around. I should do it the other way around. Really well. I will attack with my whip first.
Yep.
Obviously the bitch that's in front of me because which is a really poor roll, so it won't hit at all because that was only a 9.
Nope, unfortunately, that one misses.
No, and then I'll step into my 5-foot range and attack with my rapier.
Lovely, go for it.
No, I've just opened. Oh, the irony in that, guys. You know how I normally throw my physical dice in the bin when I roll?
Yes.
I've just accidentally opened the recycle bin on my computer when I went to change screens.
I got remove all bins from your vicinity, either on your computer or not.
What is going on?
Absolute.
Not even mad, I'm impressed.
What's happening? That was a 24.
That will hit, yes.
With my rapier.
Lovely.
So that will be 10 slashing damage.
10 slashing damage, which will come down to 5.
Obviously non-magical.
Yeah, that's cool. And if it's not been worked out already, non-magical weapons seem to be doing half damage to this.
Yes. Do, don't they?
Devils!
Hey! Why
didn't we take the nice game where you go and talk to flowers and rabbit people? We chose this. Anyway.
It's a pain in the ass now.
Anything else for you, Tresora? Sorry.
No.
Lovely. So yeah, you take your whip, you crack it, but it doesn't get the same kind of like you're not able to get the same kind of inertia or tension in the whip, so it just kind of lands loose against the creature. But you then step forward with deadly accuracy, slamming, pulling your rapier and stroking it across the abdomen. It is still going, but looks pretty miffed as it comes to its turn. It is going to. Well, I guess it's going to be annoying now.
Have you done your strength check?
Strength check, yes.
To be released.
Let's find out. It's
I'm assuming.
18.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's succeeded. I'm assuming that it's fire resistant.
It's fire immune.
Yeah,
even worse.
I figured that. That's why I didn't bother rolling it. So I was like, I'm not even going to bother rolling that attack again.
Lovely.
Cool. Okay. But yeah, he succeeded, so he's free.
Lovely. So in that moment, as you rake across the creature's... actually, did you roll those attacks with advantage because it would have had the strain?
No, I did not.
Do you want to just double check and see how they did? Or
sure.
Roll one for the whip and see if the whip actually hit,
and
then roll the other one to see if the rapier actually could have had a bit better.
Yeah, the whip got 21 that second time.
Okay, roll some damage for the whip for me as well.
Whoopah.
8 slashing.
8 slashing. Lovely.
Yeah. And I don't think the rapier... No, the rapier had its highest one anyway, so...
That's cool.
Oh, thanks, Steve. I didn't do that.
No, that's cool. Lovely. So it, as you step forward, you whip out at it, and then you're just kind of going ham on the creature, and it is at this point that you're not sure if it's because you've focused on just hitting it, or if just the rune has weakened with the fact you're underground. Who knows? But the restraints burst open, and it now has full ability to move around. It will annoy you, and it's going to go 5, 10, 15. However, it won't invoke an attack of opportunity because it has a feature called flyby, which means as long as it's flying, it doesn't get attack of opportunities against it.
I feel sorry for you.
The bastard. Anyway, and it will fly backwards, and as it does, you will hear kind of like a as it then flicks its tail twice at you once more. Awfully rolled.
How long is this tail?
It was the last got me.
About 12 spines long, if that helps.
How big is a spine?
So that will bring... So that first attack is... Yeah, that's awful. That's a 10 on the first and a 17 on the second.
No for the first, yes for the second.
Lovely. So you will be taking... You take... You take 5 points of piercing and 2 points of fire damage, as again the spine, the first one slams into some debris behind you, the second one hitting yourself in the abdomen. It pierces in through your leather, through your armours, and then as it does, it then bursts into flame, and then the ashes fall to the ground. Lovely. That is its turn. That'll bring us to Jayquo.
I'm going to use 2-weapon fighting.
Yep.
The first one, I'm going to jump into the air with my dagger and slam it down into the head of the one that is nearest to me. I've forgotten its number. 1.
Number 1, please.
Number 1, please. I already rolled it. I got a 25.
25 will hit.
Cool. It does 6 stabby damage or piercing damage. To give it its actual thing.
Yeah.
Then for the thingy one, the bonus action. Right, I'm looking for my D8 and it's pissed off somewhere. There it is. For my next one, I get a 24.
That'll hit.
Woohoo! And I get 6 piercing damage. And I wasn't with my longsword. Sorry, I should have said, because I've got my dagger in one hand.
Yep.
One longsword in the other.
Yep.
So 6 slashy damage with a longsword at it.
Is it a longsword that's light?
I thought it was.
Not to be that guy, but is a longsword light or is it versatile? I think it's the short sword.
I think longsword's versatile,
It's
short sword's
versatile.
light.
Look at me being a DM for once.
Look at you coming in with the rules.
Hey guys, can I
You're your own rules lawyer.
Yeah.
Could I kill 2 characters and then get death threats about it?
Wow.
Too soon,
man.
Too soon. It's not about us. There was a whole awkward thing about the big one that everyone talks about. Anyway. No, I'm not talking about high rollers. Anyway, short sword is light. Longsword is versatile.
Sure.
I apologise, you cannot have your second attack.
That's fine.
Learn your character.
I will give Bardic Inspiration to Jade.
Lovely.
The same thing that Liam has. So you have, for 10 minutes, you have a 1d6 that you can add to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. It can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. And I will point at her and say, "Inspiration! I choose you!"
Lovely.
That's the thing, apparently.
Lovely. So you take a moment, looking at your weapons on your belt. You pull another dagger, vaunt up with a wall kick off the left wall, raking down with the dagger, landing finger guns towards Trezora, and that is you. Lovely. That'll bring us to our lovely Spiny Devil dealing with Izzdril, who is going to try again with its bite and fork attack.
Can they just leave now?
I'm working on it.
Again, you came into their house.
I know.
I didn't put them in a crate.
They chose to be in the crate.
No, that's true, yeah.
They wanted the crates, okay? So that first attack is... I'll say that one. So that's a 19 on the first and a 12 on the second.
First one hits.
Lovely. You will be taking it on... So the bite comes through, but the fork scrapes across the wall. That will be 8 points of slashing damage as its mouth kind of reaches down, slams around your shoulder, and then moves back. It looks a bit more kind of like cocksure of itself now.
If I was a wizard, I would be dead by now.
You're level 4. You'd be at least 3/4. That brings us to Spine Devil number 1.
I would be dead because I play badly.
I mean, you just forget to add certain modifiers onto things.
It's cool. We all play our own way.
Like health all the time.
Speaking of flying back, 5, 10, 15. The one that was dealing with Jayquo moves back 15 feet and will then flick 2 tail spines towards you. That's a natural 20 on the first one and a 19 on the second one.
Yes, to both.
Yes.
We got potions, right?
You do have potions, and spoiler alert for later. That short guy may be a healer.
Yeah.
We don't know. Anyway, so for that natural 20, you will be taking... Oh, boy. You'll be taking 9 points of piercing and 3 points of fire damage. And then on the second one, you take 4 points of piercing and 4 points of fire.
Okay.
How are you looking? Just double checking.
I'm fine. I'm on 19 out of 44.
Nice. Nice.
Ooh.
Level 4. Anyway, lovely.
Next action, cure wounds.
Lovely. That brings us back to the top of the round with Izzdril.
I guess I'm just going to have to try this again. So, close range, disadvantage, but now without inspiration. And yeah, we're doing the sharpshooter thing on it again. So, 19 minus 5 is 14.
14 just hits. Golf clap.
Sick.
Golf clap.
And that's going to be, we could have done better on that. 17, so half of 17.
That will be 8. However, you worry about the fact that it's halved. But this creature doesn't seem to be as sturdy as you've heard of these devils, as the final arrow slams into this one, and it bursts into flames, and you hear the kind of like as it returns back to its mortal plane. Bye-bye, friend. 1 down, 2 to go. Lovely. That will bring us to Trezor, unless there's anything else for you, Izzdril.
Nope, I'm all good.
Lovely. That will bring us to Trezora.
Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
You're all chipmunks to me right now, so my headphones have done something weird.
Oh. Hello! How is the world? Would you like to roll a That was uncalled for.
Probably didn't help the chipmunk thing.
Right, okay, I think you're back. Right, I am going to do several things.
Oh.
I'm going to use my bonus action for Dragon's Might. Because I am smaller than large, I now become large with everything I am wearing. I have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and on each of my turn, my attack with the weapon will deal an extra 1d6 damage. So with that, I'm now going to attack. I'm going to move into 10 feet of the one I've been attacking for my whip.
Yep, lovely.
Yeah. I keep swapping too many screens and I'm getting myself like, wow. That was crap.
You have inspiration.
You've got that inspiration. You can add 1d6 to it.
That's very true.
I haven't heard a roll
Let's
yet.
see. Let's
You didn't hear anything.
No, it's still crap. That was 8.
8. Unfortunately, no. You so you take a moment, focusing your runes. The runes seeming to grow smaller, or for everyone else in the room, you growing larger, and step round towards your adversary. Take your whip, crack it, but it with the new size adjustment and the size of the room, you're a little off kilter, so you're not able to connect with that one. Anything else for you?
I'm assuming because my bonus action was for Dragon's Might, I can't use my second weapon. Is that correct?
That is true. However, I believe a Rune Knight is a fighter, right?
Yeah.
I'm not forcing you to use it, but you do have an action surge that would give you an extra.
No. I'm checking my own rules before I then go, right, I'm going to do this instead. So yeah, I'll do action surge.
Yep.
And I will then use that action to attack with my rapier.
So here's the fun thing. Because you're a 2-weapon fighter, Action Surge gives you an extra action and possible bonus action. So if you're using the attack action anyway, I would say you'd get both your whip and your rapier if you wanted to do that.
I'm only going to attack with my rapier.
That's cool. Just off them.
I have a different bonus action I'm going to use. So, obviously I will step within 5 feet reach. And that is... Brains. Come on, hurry up. 16.
16. That will hit.
Yes. That is 13, the extra d6, 17 piercing damage.
17 piercing damage. That one also falls to the ground in ashes. Another deleted guy. Lovely. I believe that's everything for yourself, which will bring us to Jayquo.
Am I within 30 feet of the other? I'm not, am I?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you are.
Oh, then I'm going to activate my stone rune. And I would like a wisdom saving throw from the devil thing.
Wisdom there, so that. That is an 18 plus 2, so a natural 20. Lovely. Anything else for you? Or?
That is everything.
No, that's cool. That brings us to Jayquo.
So, it would like to cast Shatter on the Spine Devil in front of me.
Yeah.
So I need it to make a Constitution saving throw. Anyone else within a 10-foot radius sphere, which I think, as long as Jade and Liam stay where they are, they'll be fine.
Yep.
So I need the Spine Devil to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a 9.
He failed badly. So a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Boom. Each creature must make a Constitution saving throw. He takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save.
Go for it.
Which is 22.
God damn, you have dealt with my crate puzzle.
Yes!
As you take a moment, Jayquo, it's moved back, and you're just like, for fuck's sake. Look at the dagger, look down at your long sword on your belt, and then just take your hands together, hands far apart, slam them together. There's no sound from your hands as you smash some material components together in your hand, and as they do, the sound then travels a couple of feet as if throwing the voice sort of thing, and the shatter appears in the space where the creature is, and you watch as it also bursts into ash and flame and returns to the material planes, not the material, the devilish plane it came from. Lovely. And with that, yes.
Say, damn. Apologies, Liam was trying to talk.
No, that's fine.
Doesn't seem to be anything useful in these crates, so
If you're looking for flammable, there were cloves in one of them.
This went well.
Lovely. And with that, we will wrap up here. Apologies for a slightly longer episode. We started a bit of combat just near the midway point and didn't realise it was going to go. But, it's nice to have slightly longer with us, and it's nice to be slightly longer with you guys. So please, join us next fortnight when we work out what's happening further on in the dungeon. Take a week off, breathe, get yourself ready, think about where you want to go in the dungeon. Obviously, we have a always go left rule, but you don't have to. So if you email me privately, I will tell you what goes in the direction you go, and I'll start running a campaign for you in email form. It'll be great. Please, if you could make parties rather than individual, it'd just be easier. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for leading and writing. And
stop it. Thank you very much. As always, please go off and like, subscribe, share us with your friends, share us with your enemies, share us with Wizards of the Coast to show them what great D&D podcasts they have working on their system and all that. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.